Listen, all you New Yorkers.
You're listening to Mista Oh from The Morning Show, right here on WBAI New York 99.5, the new New York edition. We are going to get right into the business of commercial free radio. So jot down the pledge line, folks, 516-620-3602. It is my job and my responsibility to bring you my very best thinking and to create compelling and poignant radio program on the morning show that has meant taking a look at the nitty-gritty political underbelly and contradictions of a city where security has become a growth industry. And today, I am going to be working my very hardest, appealing to you that during these troubling times, and maybe more than ever, it is vital that everyone do what they can. The choices we make, folks, are all too important. And as you know, we are in full-on fund drive mode today, and it is my pleasure in that spirit to bring to you a unique and dynamic way for you to support commercial-free radio. The pledge line, folks, is 516-620-3602. And I am asking today for you to make a $250 pledge to support this station. And as a gesture of our appreciation, you will receive the Laura Fredricks Self-Empowerment Pack. Folks, that includes one signed copy of the brand new in a 6-book series, The Ask, and exclusive to the WBAI audience, we will be offering attendance to a limited-seated dynamic workshop led by Laura Fredricks, designed to help you build the most fulfilling personal and professional life possible. In this 3-hour workshop, folks, you will learn Laura Fredricks' simple 3-phase strategy that will have you up and running in no time, asking the right questions and increasing the likelihood of getting what it is that you want. The pledge line again, folks, is 516-620-3602. That gets you the Laura Fredricks Empowerment Pack, the book, and gets you in the door to the exclusive of the Ask workshop designed just for WBAI supporters. A $125 pledge gets you the signed book. But folks, I tell you, if you can stretch it, if you can make the pledge, it will be worth the time. It will be worth your effort. It is worth the money. Laura is a world-renowned fundraiser, consultant, educator, speaker, and she is the best-selling author of 5, now 6, books, including Money Wellness, Is Money Making You Sick? And Winning Words for Raising Money. Based in New York City, Laura is the billion-dollar Ask Maker powerhouse. As an attorney turned philanthropic advisor, she comes from a seasoned career in industries best known for making the most high-profile asks, law and philanthropy, and is the first to merge strategies from both professional sectors into a mainstream practice of the ask. For over 25 years, Laura has trained and coached people on every level, from CEOs to those entering a number of fields. The Ask is the name of her literary series, speaking tour, personal consulting firm, and most importantly, the book. In addition to having proven a success with organizations internationally, the Ask transcends perfectly into everyday living. Laura's experiences have resulted in an approach that makes sure you ask the right question every time. Her latest book, The Ask, for business, for philanthropy, for everyday living, contains over 175 ways anyone, any age, of any background, to get what they want and to have the most fulfilling life possible. Get to the phones, folks. 516-620-3602. The book has been described as the hands-on guide to getting the life you've always wanted, whether it be stronger relationships, a better job, or simply more personal confidence to get what you deserve. This highly proven strategy enables you to develop the courage, find the inspiration. Boy, I could use some of that. Use straightforward know-how to simply ask for it. Sounds easy. Sounds almost too good to be true. What isn't too good to be true is the support that we need from you. The number is 516-620-3602. The pledge amount this morning that we're asking is $250. In appreciation for your support, you will receive a premium that includes Laura Fredricks' new book, the sixth in the Ask series, and also a 3-hour workshop. Laura will tell you all about it. You know, I looked up to see how much Laura Fredericks would charge me for a workshop. Folks, you would be shocked. Not that she's not worth it, but I'm talking about thousands. 516-620-3602. Hey, Laura, the Ask.
Hey, Jerry.
Yes, welcome. On behalf of the WBAI audience, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for lending your support to listener-supported public radio, commercial-free. The audience thanks you. I thank you. What an honor.
Well,
The Ask. Tell us about The Ask.
Right place, right time. I'm glad to be embarking on your fund drive because rumor has it I can raise some money, so let's do it for your station, okay? Let me tell you a little bit about me first, because I always like to know a little bit about the authors.
Yeah, how do you
right?
find yourself? How do you find yourself in this space? The Ask. This is national, international.
It's international indeed.
Did you expect that?
Yes, I did. This has been such a great journey, and every part culminated to this piece of where I am right now. As you mentioned, I am an attorney. I practiced 7 years for the Attorney General's office in Philadelphia doing civil litigation. So anytime someone would sue the state or a state office, I represented, and that sounds wonderful, and it was great, but I was getting burnout.
But you're a litigator. You're a fighter.
I loved it, but 165 cases, and there was no Laura left.
Burnout.
At the end of Sunday at 4 o'clock, and you just turn around and go back the next day. So, you know, there are opportunities everywhere, but you got to keep your eyes open. So I was very active with the Philadelphia Bar Association that had a foundation that raised and distributed money to communal legal services like Women Against Abuse, a legal clinic for the disabled, juvenile law center. They asked me to be the director and to start fundraising. Now, I had never fundraised formally, and I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I got in there. I was like, oh, geez, now what do I do? But here's the piece about the book. I began asking for money from lawyers, which I tell you is not an easy thing.
Oh, wait a minute. Repeat that.
I had to ask money from lawyers.
You cut your teeth asking lawyers for money.
Yes, I did.
That's a reverse world.
I did.
Where you're billing.
And we were pretty successful. But all along, asking for money was very easy for me and very torturous to some people. And so I firmly believe that I started going out doing this, but no one was telling me, Jerry, how to ask for money. It was always left to, and something I want your listeners, it was always left to time, luck, and chance, right? Just go out, well, let's talk to Jerry. If we get something, great. Let's go to Audrey. If we get something, great. So what I did as a lawyer is I put organization, structure, and focus on an area that was left to time, luck, and chance, and I began writing books about how to ask. And this book is filled with nothing but structure to get you exactly what you want when you want it.
We can spend a lifetime trying to figure out what we want.
That's a great segue, and I'll get to that in a minute. There's a 5-step process. You talked about number 1, but for now, I want everyone to go to the phones, 516-620-3602, because we're going to be doing a workshop with me for 3 hours. We're going to get down to this, and you're going to walk out of there with answers that are just going to stun you to any ask.
516-620-3602. Get on the phone now. The book is available to you for the pledge level of $125 to WBAI. Pick up your phone, folks. Be a part of this great radio station and support the morning show with Mr. O. 516-620-3602. Remember, if you want to break that down into 3 installment payments on a credit card only, you can do that. You can also get the book by visiting give2wbai.org, but make that pledge of support. There's only one radio station like this. Mr. O brings in a variety of topics on this program every week. We look at what's happening in the city. We look at what's happening in the state. We look at what's happening in the drug culture. We look at what's happening in the music culture in New York. It's a broad program, but it's here because of you and your support of WBAI for over 50 years. For 60 almost years, you've been supporting this radio station. We're asking that you continue to do this. The book is called The Ask. It's by an attorney turned philanthropic advisor, and she did this because the law firm noticed that she was the most effective person in asking questions. They asked her to refine that process, and it became a 20-year career of teaching people how to ask for what they want. This woman teaches people to be successful. 516-620-3602. We are, of course, talking about an educator, a consultant. Laura Fredricks is a world-famous author. This is a unique opportunity. What opportunity am I talking about? Well, for just 15 of you listening right now, you're going to have the opportunity to meet with Laura Fredricks, the world-renowned, in the Commons right downstairs here from WBAI. On June 25th, from 6 to 9 p.m., there are only 15 slots available. But for a 3-hour workshop, which is valued at $2,500, Laura Fredricks is a world-renowned fundraiser and a world-renowned trainer. You want to be in this room. It's limited to just 15 people. Get your credit card out now and pledge your support. 516-620-3602. That's the phone number to call, or visit give2wbai.org if you want just the book. However, if you're going to be here, if you're planning to be in the Commons on June 25th at 6 p.m., pick up your phone right now. A $250 pledge of support. That's all it takes. Now, mind you, this seminar is valued at $2,500. Top executives pay to have FaceTime with Laura Fredricks. Top business people pay to have FaceTime with Laura Fredricks. You are going to get in that room for 10% of the normal cost of being in one of her seminars. And 100% of that money goes to WBAI. 516-620-3602. Pledge your support of the solution for WBAI. Be a part of moving this great station forward and supporting the morning show with Mr. O at the same time. 516-620-3602. If you're thinking about it, don't think too long. These seats will go away. They are very limited. Only 15 people can be in that room. And at the pledge level of $250, you're getting quite a bargain. 516-620-3602. Pick up the phone. Make that pledge. Let us know that you care. Let us know that the news and analysis you hear on this station matters. As President Carrot Juice continues to make the world a crazy place, there is a singular voice in New York who will call him out with a precise analysis, with no punches pulled. 516-620-3602. Make that pledge of support right now, or visit give2wbai.org. And we understand that it is this voice that is the people's voice for New York City. 516-620-3602. A $125 pledge of support gets you the book, The Ask. If you want to be in the room, however, with author Laura Fredricks, it's a pledge of just $250 of support to WBAI. 516-620-3602. Or visit give2wbai.org to pick up the book. If you want to be here in the Commons on June 25th, you're going to have to call us at 516-620-3602. Make that pledge on a credit card because, again, this is a ticketed item. We need to hear from you right now, folks. Call us at 516-620-3602. Make that pledge right now. Keep WBAI on the airwaves, alive and thriving. Jerry, back to you.
Laura, this is the 6th in the series.
Let's go through 1 through 5. Number 1 was turning small donors into big contributors, and it had to do with people who were giving you, let's say, $25 and you want to raise $250. How do you do it? Second one was the ask.
Kind of a trade book.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was with the real nonprofit niche. Second one was how to ask anyone for any amount for any purpose. But again, I was only doing nonprofit fundraising. So everybody would walk up to me, but I want to start an independent theater. But it's like, tell me how I do this in business and everyday life. So I wrote how to ask for your nonprofit cause, creative project, and business venture. But still, Jerry, the problem with that was even though I had business venture, creative project, I wasn't different. I was still speaking in kind of nonprofit terms. And it wasn't resonating with people enough. It's a great book still, but it wasn't resonating enough. And then I wrote winning words for raising money. That woke up everybody, and I have winning words for it. Then I wrote, now I'm getting deeper and deeper into what people are really, really thinking about and how this can be for anyone at any age, living anyone on the planet with any concern they had. And I wrote the book, Money Wellness, Is Money Making You Sick? How Money Affects Your Mind, Body, Soul, Creativity, Spirituality. The reason why people can't ask for money, they have a horrible relationship with money.
This whole work of yours has brought you around full circle to the interpersonal.
Exactly, and that's what this book is.
It's transformational.
It's a game changer.
516-620-3602. That you go to the phone right now and pledge $250. Show us your support, but receive in return a signed copy of Laura Fredricks' new Ask and the 3-hour workshop.
How money controls your body, mind, sleep, diet, your entire health. We begin, and we will begin in this workshop of exploring what money means to you. I could speak forever, but I prefer it to be a full-blown discussion back and forth. We're going to delve deep into it until we reach the point where everyone feels that money is one word: opportunity. They have to feel it, own it, experience it, that asking for money is nothing more than asking for an opportunity. And once you're there, we are 70% to making you the best asker you possibly can.
But it's the blocks.
It's right.
The blocks
it's a money
that
blocker.
keep us
I call
from
it a
there.
money blocker.
Right. You'll learn all about these things, folks. 516-620-3602. You'll learn all about these things by pledging your $250 support to the station, WBAI, the morning show with Mista Oh. We're here with Laura Fredricks talking about the Ask. Where else are you going to get Mista Oh and Laura Fredricks on the same stage? Laura Fredricks here with the Empowerment Pack, talking about how you can ask your way to your best possible self, your best possible life personally, professionally, figure out what it is you really want, and do the things that will increase the likelihood of achieving success. What a wonderful, wonderful gift Laura has brought to us today. Let's show our support to this. We are asking today that you step up and pledge $250. The number's 516-620-3602. This is actually good stuff, Laura, because I'm asking for $250 and I'm thinking we should have asked for $500.
Or more. Money blockers. Then we're going to talk about how you can ask when you have a little bit of time. Come on, Jerry. Sometimes you're just in a situation in the middle of a conversation. Someone's going to turn to you and say, "What do you want?" And you've got to be good to go and ready.
Elevator pitch.
So I'm going to make you ready when people go, because you can't lose that opportunity.
No.
So many people jump over and say, "Well, Jerry, I'll get back to you. I'll write you something." No. I'm going to teach you how you ask on the fly. Okay? The third part is the part I love the best is I've got a 5-step foolproof process to get anything you want, but you've got to follow the 5 steps. We'll reveal that in the workshop. It's in the book, but there are 5 steps.
We're not talking about it on the radio today.
I am not going to talk about it on the radio station.
Secrets.
These are the secrets that people who pledge $250 and come to the workshop and get the book, they'll get this live with me, and we will work it out. All 5 steps. I will show you and walk you through how a 14-year-old stopped getting bullied at school. I'll show you how a man wanted to talk to his children to say, please, don't put me in that nursing home. I will show you, if you need to raise money for a radio station, how you do it.
Can people bring their own questions, Laura?
I want people to bring any ask they need to make, any ask they did that did not go right, and we can correct that. We call that asking U-turns, or anything that they think someone else might have to ask.
Well, it's interesting that asking U-turns. I'm a therapist. 3 things we need to ask ourselves in life and in therapy. We only ask 2 usually. It's the question of what do we want? That could take a lifetime. People often find what they want, maybe so, but they can go to the next step. What are you going to do to get there? But people always stop there and never do the check-in later. The question is, how's that working for you? Mm-hmm. You get a chance to look back, rearrange, reprioritize, reassess. Why didn't it happen? We're too scared to look back and say, what is blocking us?
Oh, better yet, Jerry, ask, why can't you do it? Why didn't you do it? Why did you say no? How about people getting feedback? That's a great question. I believe in the power of questions, and this book has over 200 questions you can ask, and one of it is, can you share with me why you're unable to do that now?
And the current book, Laura, is the natural evolution of the previous 5. Somehow you've learned lessons along the way that you have continued to build upon. What has that been like for you personally?
Writing this book made me cry, actually. It's the past, the present, and the future all rolled into one. I did something I never thought I would do, and in the last chapter I said, let's write about the hardest asks you'll ever make.
Please say that again, Laura.
What are the hardest asks you'll ever make?
The hardest ones for me are those when I feel most vulnerable. Those are the toughest asks.
The hardest asks you'll ever make are the asks you make to yourself. Strength to be loved, for help, for patience, to be forgiven, to forgive, to be more spiritual, to have more fun, to let go.
Does it sound too easy to be true, folks? Get used to it. Laura Fredricks' approach to moving into a higher quality of life requires a daily practice. It's a lifestyle, but you will learn the things you need to incorporate this into your own life. When you choose to live the life you want, you will ask for everything you need with 2 sentences and a question. We're going to get to that formula soon. That's it. But Laura's formula has driven performance at the most recognized nonprofits, businesses, and countless people who have embraced a new, fresher, empowered life. You too can overcome the challenges that are holding you back. You can get the book on your own. But let's do this together, folks. Let's change together. $250. Pledge it to WBAI at 516-620-3602. Receive the book as a token of appreciation. Participate in the limited seated workshop. Meet 10 to 15 of your like-minded citizens in this neighborhood, in this community. Who knows where that can go? Who knows where that can go? 516-620-3602 is the pledge line, folks. This is the morning show with Mista Oh. I say it often. I'm going to say it again, folks. This is a personal appeal from me to you. It is an honor for me to be on the radio with you this morning. It is an honor for me to bring you people like Laura Fredericks, who is here nodding her head, saying, it is an honor for me too to bring this gift, the gift that I've been given, and that we can disseminate to hopefully make a better world. You know what Mista Oh is about, and you know anybody on this show has a bigger purpose in life. You can get this book. You can listen to Laura. You can go online. That's not the point, folks. The point is that this woman is a real person sitting across from me. She has written 6 books, is sharing this latest one here with us today, The Ask, to help us ask for the things that we want, increase the likelihood that we're going to do things to get them, and give you the tools. WBAI New York 99.5 FM. This is The Morning Show with Mista Oh. The pledge line is 516-620-3602. We are sitting in the studio with Laura Fredericks offering her newest book, The Ask. Who couldn't use help figuring out what we want and how to best ask for it? Let's see 2 phone lines light up right now, and we will soon get back to talking with Laura and what you can expect from the workshop, from the book. The pledge line is 516-620-3602. The premium we're offering is the book by Laura Fredericks and a 3-hour workshop asking your way to your best life, personally, professionally, and otherwise.
People have the tendency, or might, stereotype that, oh, this is a book about business. This is just a book about getting money. This is just one of these financial. It is not. This is for anyone of any age, living anywhere in the world, that they can use at any moment of their life.
So don't be fooled.
Do not.
Do not be fooled by what might seem to be limiting.
I have a story. I was speaking on this topic in Pennsylvania. And every time I speak, I always tell people, bring your children, bring your teachers, bring whoever you think. It's not just your coworkers. Bring whoever you want. Well, a gentleman brought his daughter, and she was 14 years old. And I thought, this is great, because I have not had a 14-year-old in one of my talks. And so I always ask, and we'll do this in the workshop, what ask do you need to make? How can I help you? Which is a great ask. And she raised her hand, shot up like a rocket. First one. And she said, Laura, how do I get someone to stop bullying me? Well, I'm telling you, Jerry, I didn't expect that, but I thought, whoa, the book has come full circle. Here we are. And so what you'll hear in the book is one of the reasons that separates this from the other 5 is because we live in such a fast world. 140 characters, don't have time, texts we don't call, we don't read. This has 175 ways you can ask for anything with just 2 sentences and a question.
We're going to get back to that. You have a formula. It is easy to remember. You can even write it in the back of your hand.
Folks, as you know, WBAI is an amazing nonprofit radio station delivering content you can get nowhere. Many of you have listened to us, and we hope you encourage others too. Our ask today is that you consider giving a generous gift of $250 to get Laura's book, her workshop, and walk out of there with any question you have. How does that sound? 2 sentences and a question.
I'm in. Folks,
so am I.
Folks, if you resist that, 516, folks, 620-3602. And not for nothing, all jokes aside, $250 is an ask. It's not the greatest amount of money, but we do realize that money is tight. But so are the times. The times we're living in are tight. The choices we make, folks, are important. More now than ever before. The money we pay our cable companies to lie to us. I was going through my bill the other day, and I got Pandora, and I've got Apple, and I've got this, and I got so many $6 and $7 subscriptions to music services and news services and other stuff I don't even know about. I got upset because all of those people lie to me. All of them lie to you. I'll tell you one thing. If we were to lie to you, I bet you I would make a living on the air. All jokes aside, folks, we are going to provide you truth. We're going to get you voices from around the spectrum, from across the spectrum. That's what BAI has been known for since its inception. Grandpa Al Lewis, I only hope to do him justice. All of the great thinkers. Do you know I learned about Leonard Peltier here on this show, listening to Amy Goodman and Bernard White? Some of you folks, I'm 58. You know it. Come on. You remember. Friday was a cultural show. It was kind of fun. The serious news was Monday through Thursday, but it was Amy Goodman and Bernard White who taught me. I cut my political consciousness. And here I am today. I cut my political teeth here at this station, and here I am today on the radio. I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry. Seriously. Keep this station open, folks. And your son, too, who is growing up in this city listening, might have an opportunity, as I do today. Not only sit with you, but sit with Laura Fredricks and bring to you what could ostensibly be a revolutionary system that we can use. We've been talking about it as a personal tool of empowerment, of a business tool, how to be effectively, how to be an effective fundraiser, how to make effective asks. But think about this, folks. Think about the social movements that you know I am very much a part of, that I know you are very much a part of. The most effective of those campaigns have an ask, a call to action. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to Laura about how can we use this personal empowerment program. Program doesn't quite capture it. This is a lifestyle. This is not a thing to do. This is a way to be. And in that regard, I'm telling you now that Laura Fredricks is as valid as Mista Oh. You could sit in a room with her for 8 hours and not be her. But you're going to get a chance to sit for 3 hours and get some of it and get your beak wet and become a powerhouse and spread the word. Laura Fredricks, JD, the ask is the premium today, folks. And the workshop, the ask, is $250. 516-620-3602. When you get to the pledge line, you ask them for the Laura Fredricks Empowerment Pack. Laura Fredricks Empowerment Pack. We're sitting here with Laura Fredricks talking about the ask. What do you want to ask?
I want to ask how and in what way I can get this book out to more people. That is my ask.
I asked you that earlier. I said, Laura, what do you want?
That's what I want.
You looked at me earnestly, truly, and you said, I want to get this out to as many people. New audiences.
New audiences.
Yes.
New voices, new audiences. I want this to be ageless, timeless, raceless. I want this out everywhere. I know with every ember I have in my body, this can help. This can change.
Well, you've done it.
And I've lived it. This book is me. This is me.
The question I have, it's very interesting. And let's call things like it are. And I think that if we can't have these conversations, it can be, I want no part of the world, right? But we walk in very different worlds. As a woman, as a white woman of privilege, one could criticize a system as this as being naive. For instance, that there are systems in place that are rigged to keep people of color particularly oppressed and down and socially and otherwise marginalized. How do you think a system like this of empowerment can be used to the calls to action that social movements need to move forward?
Number one is I want them to know there's opportunity to get through and beyond that by making their ask and knowing they deserve to get what they want. It's a deserving thing.
What if the ask is to dismantle the system?
My second point was, now that you know you deserve to get to move beyond and through a situation or times or your life that you're not happy about, you have to know who to ask, what to ask, and in what order. I truly believe you need to know the order of who you're asking.
It's, Martin Luther King in the later stages of his life, past the prime of his career, in one of his less famous speeches, talks about political activism, strategic, keeping your eye on the big picture, being smart, working smart. This sounds very much like that.
It is. It is. It exactly is. It's not enough to say, I'm not happy, I can't do anything, where are we going from here? It begins with, I can make a difference because I feel that good about myself to take that first step.
Laura, I want to throw something out there. I've had great teachers in various movements who have taught me that those closest to the problem are closest to the solution. So if you go in a community most impacted by mass incarceration and they tell you that the solution to their problem is to close Rikers, that's a hell of an ask. But 2 years later, the mayor actually acquiesced. But the ask took listening and truly listening to people most impacted. We don't usually want to listen. Maybe that's why people don't want to ask. Laura, maybe people don't ask, or maybe people don't know how to ask because they feel they may not be heard.
That is true. But in my experience, the reason they don't ask is they're not prepared for the response.
Come on now, girl.
They're not prepared for the response.
Are you meaning that we're often in our own way success?
We're always in our own way to
Folks,
success.
if you want to find that out, you better you call the number right now, 516-620-3602, 516-620-3602. You will be receiving Laura Fredricks' Empowerment Pack, the new book, The Ask for Business, Philanthropy, Everyday Living, signed by Laura Fredricks, and also attendance to the 3-hour workshop right here at the Commons Cafe. It's $250. Small price to pay to figure out and strategize how to be smart, how to get what you want, increase the likelihood that you're going to get what you want, stop crying in the corner, wake up. And here we're talking about, it's very interesting, we're talking about moving this into the social sphere. And you know me, folks, that's what I'm interested in. And if Laura Fredricks is sitting here with me today, so is she. Folks, this is a gift to the world. It's Laura's gift from the universe, and it's her gift back to us. It's going to cost you $250 today, but we appreciate it. It's the only way we're going to continue forward here. 516-620-3602. $250. Continuing, Laura. Yet how do we use this to empower movements and identify, like we were saying about close Rikers. They said close Rikers. Everyone said that is not a kind of an ask. The mayor called it naive.
He did, but when you think about it, we went back to is like you have to ask and then you have to listen and you have to keep going. Asks are not one and done. Asks are just the beginning. You begin with the ask.
So it's not just demanding.
It's not, did I get it? Didn't I move on? There's 1,000 asks you need to do, probably in this situation and for social change, that will lead up to the ultimate ask.
How many times have we, in social movements, ranted endlessly about an issue and never asked the person listening to make a phone call or to tweet the congressman? These are small things, folks. Mm-hmm. Think about it.
Or to comment on something comes out in the newspaper.
Or to close the sale. You see, I was a home theater salesman, I have to admit. I've done a lot of things in my life. I was also a commodities broker.
So you know how to close a deal.
Got to close a deal. Yes. Good. So we got you down for 2 or 3, sir. Now the questions start coming out. You must always close a deal.
Always.
We used to call it very vulgar, kind of vulgarly, got to put your hand in the pocket. Then you'll get the objections. Folks, if we want to get what we want, hey, these times are not easy. These are not easy times. Folks, if you are not hey, you know what? Not for nothing. Even proximity to privilege will not save you. That's becoming apparent. But for those of us who are clearly distant from it, we need to make some moves, folks. We need to maximize our ability to be us and to do us. Folks, this is not about me today. This is about Laura Fredricks.
It's about me today.
But we are impressed people, folks. And it is time for us to decolonize our minds. But it's here we are, 2018. We're still being shot down in the streets. We come from chiefs and dreamers, dancers, people who knew medicine, people who walked this earth before there was greed. We come from people of high morals and standards. No matter what you think, it's time for us to stand up and define ourselves. Laura Fredricks is here today to lend her life experience, her work, the ask to help us stand up and figure out what we want, how to increase the likelihood of getting it. Laura Fredricks is an ally. We need to show the love, folks. We need to show the love not only for Laura and her generosity for being here today, but for this station. And yes, Mr. O, I get up at 4 o'clock, come do the show. Not complaining, I am having the most fun of my life. But this is work, and we are trying to bring to you the best that we can because we take this responsibility seriously. And in that vein, we bring you Laura Fredricks today. So give us a call so we can start learning a little bit more about what we're going to be, what we could expect from the workshop. It's 516-620-3602. That's the pledge line. The amount is $250, folks. You get the book signed. You get the signed book, and you get the 3-hour workshop. The date will be determined sometime in the very near future. What else will people be learning in the workshop, Laura?
We're going to go down a soul-searching way because the only way this can work is if you discover what you really need.
Well, let me back up for a second because I love continuity. The first part was giving a critical, analytical, cold, hard look at your relationship with money.
With money. That's part one.
Okay, part one. Now we move to
part number two. How you ask when you have just a little bit of time. In a normal conversation,
elevator
on
pitch.
The spot, boom, what are you going to do? Right?
Yeah.
Go. What do you say? Without exaggerating or pulling this out in a longer time.
You got to know something. You got to know what you want.
Part three is what do you do now when you have more time? And that's the part I like the best. There's 5 steps to it. We're going to go very in-depth into what we do. We have to do them in order.
You got to know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
If you do the elevator pitch.
Then we're going to go into what each person who comes wants. And there's so many commonalities and you learn from each other. That's part of it. I always say we learn together. I learn as much as you do. So we're going to take person by person. What do you need to do? What do you need to ask? Or what did you ask that did not go well so that we can correct it the next time?
So it's sort of a self-evaluation process.
It is a self-evaluation.
Wait. This is a plan for success.
Oh, you will walk out of there already successful.
And this is the workshop.
This is the workshop.
Laura, in all honesty, you are a nationally recognized public speaker, author, figure, workshop facilitator, guru of sorts. I'm going to out you. Your professional fee can run as high as $10,000 if you do this kind of workshop for a corporation or some kind of high profile.
Or more.
Or more. Folks, this is no BS. Laura is here today offering us the finest, the best, her best thinking. And she's been around the world sharing these ideas with people, impacting people's lives, and having her own life impacted greatly by this work as well. And here we find ourselves today meeting and speculating how we can use this technology, this work that Laura has spent her entire lifetime really managing, just like Mr. O in his own work, to bring this to you together on the morning show with Mr. O. And you know what I'm about, because we are taking names. We're calling them out. Our names will be changed to protect the guilty, though, of course. This is the morning show with Mr. O. The new New York edition. We're sitting with Laura Fredricks talking about her work, her life's work, The Ask. And she is giving us the key on how we can unlock the treasures of our own capacity to know what we want and increase the likelihood of getting what it is we do want. The key to that, folks, is dialing the number 516-620-3602. $250 gets you the book signed, the new book by Laura Fredricks, signed by her, and admission to the limited seating workshop right here at the Brooklyn Commons.
What we didn't talk about yet, and what you are going to get, both in the book.
Wait, there's more?
There's more. Wait, there's more. We're going to go through every possible response you'll get to your ask. The number one reason people don't ask, it's not fear of rejection. It's not no. They don't want to be caught off guard, look like deer in the headlights, or hear something insulting to their ask. So we're going to walk through what you do when you hear that. And my famous line is, even if it is a no, no now is not no later. How you turn around every single response so that the door is open. Always open. The thing that we're going to go through is that, people just walk away. They hear an answer, say, okay, Jerry, fine, whatever. What did you learn? Where can you, that's how you turn a no into a yes. Can you share with me why? One word, why? And they're like, well, and I said this earlier on the show, assumptions kill any ask. You're going to assume you asked for too much, was the wrong timing, they don't like you, they don't want it. And all they've said is the word no. Your only job is to find out why. And once you find out the why, the no gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And it could just be they're having a bad day. I don't know. I just want to deal with this now.
Could be you asked the wrong person.
You could have asked the wrong person, but they could have said, I'm just not into this now.
So you didn't make the right ask at the right time.
So I say, here we go. I'll give you a little secret. People leave clues. You miss every one of them. People leave clues. You miss every one of them. I dissect small pieces to open large doors. The word here is now. Say, Jerry, okay, now. Not good. How about tomorrow? Let's do this again tomorrow. And now the door's open. Where you would have walked away saying, oh, they're in a bad mood and I really shouldn't have done this and I can go to somebody else, and you dropped it. Got to keep going. Just one word. Share with me why. Could be I got to catch a train. Don't have time for this right now. Oh, right now. But what you hear in your head is, no, that's not what was said. Listening, superior listening skills. I'm going to show you how you talk 25% of the time and they talk 75%. Be the superior listener. You'll be the superior asker.
I'm a shrink, Laura. How surprising was it to you to discover that so much of being effective in this way was psychological?
100%. I'd stand up. I had that lightning bolt about 5 years ago, Jerry, when I'd stand up and said, you're going to hear me talk, and you know that I'm the billion-dollar ass maker on and on. I said, but I'm the psychologist. And they all got it. They're like, yeah, you've got to know minds. You've got to know people. Every person you ask has to be unique and special. You can't just say, oh, I'm asking for $250 for the workshop, so I'm just going to ask one way to one person and everyone's going to come. As we've done miraculously, very, very with varying degrees of enticement for you, we've asked several different ways. Because one person's going to hear it, and this person not so much. maybe the next time we do it, that's going to resonate with somebody.
All right, and I'm going to do it right now. We need this, folks. We need this, whether it be Baltimore, Palestine, Sacramento, right here in New York. We need this to level the playing field, folks. When I first heard about this, I'm going to be very honest, I was a little skeptical.
His face looked it too.
No, what was
What's this thing about the ask? And how do you make a career out of two words?
It's so because what I was thinking, what I thought about was this ask. How do you make an ask? I'm put it out there. How do you, as a person or a community of color, make an ask when the system is rigged against you or your group? That's interesting. I think we've answered that. I think we're doing just that. Look at what we were talking about, close Rikers. That's an ask. And that didn't take that long. It took a year and a half. It was the right ask with the right people behind it. Most impact, what I've come to find is people most impacted will not give up when other people will go home at the end of the day. People most impacted by mass incarceration stuck around. They didn't have much of a choice. What a wonderful, what a powerful gift to offer otherwise marginalized voices. Tool of empowerment.
Did I have any idea this book could be helpful for social change?
This can change the world. Toward the end of his career, he talked about Martin Luther King, no longer at the height of his career, in one of his later speeches, I think it was here in New York, talked about a radical activism, looking at the big picture, being smart. The people you've heard on the morning show have been smart. This ask business, folks, is at the forefront of social change. And if you hadn't heard it yet, you heard it here on the morning show with Mista Oh. I said it because it needed to be said. We need tools, folks. We need to get off the soapbox and stop ranting. It is time for meaningful action. Supporting this show by pledging $250 and receiving Laura Fredricks' Empowerment Pack, the book of the Ask, number 6 in the series, and attendance and a ticket to the coveted workshop. Laura gets thousands of dollars to do these workshops, thousands of dollars, flies all over the world. We'll be doing it right here in Brooklyn at the Commons Cafe. It's going to be a blast, folks. $250. 516-620-3602, folks. You can buy the book, but you cannot buy your way into this workshop. There's no doubt about that. What a great opportunity bringing worlds together here at WBAI. I don't know if anyone noticed, but we are building here at WBAI. We are building at the morning show with Mista Oh. We need your support. We need you to step up and show us that this is important to you. Close Rikers. What else are we going to ask for?
Start listening. It will work through. Just start listening. And that's when people come in the workshop, I want you to bring it and we're going to work through it.
So in the workshop, people are going to be able to bring life experiences.
That's a great segue, and I'll get to that in a minute. There's a 5-step process. You talked about number 1. But for now, I want everyone to go to the phones, 516-620-3602, because we're going to be doing a workshop with me for 3 hours. We're going to get down to this, and you're going to walk out of there with answers that are just going to stun you to any ask you have. So it's 3 hours with me, and you get the book. And I'll sign it too.
You're tuned to Listener Sponsored Radio, WBAI, and I'm Mike Sargent, and this is Real World. Mike Sargent, and this is Real World. I'm going to talk to you about a movie and something related to movies. But first, I must say, if you're listening to this station and you're listening to what we've been talking about with Laura Fredricks and the Self-Empowerment Pack and or the Ask for Business, and the whole concept of the Ask is how to learn to ask the right questions. When I do an interview, I try to ask the right questions. I try to ask the questions that will make the person I'm interviewing be engaged and help the listener maybe understand better about the movie making process, about the film, about the industry, about being an artist, or any number of things that have to do with storytelling. And storytelling is a big part of what movies are. It's also a big part of who we are as human beings. As human beings, we tell stories to each other, fictional or stories from our own lives. But the real thing here is, what do we really ask for? In the story of our life, what are we asking for ourselves? What are we asking for from our friends, loved ones? And the things in our life, what are they asking of us? Right now, we're asking you to make a pledge. We're asking you to make a pledge. And this pledge is not a pledge just to support the station, but it's a pledge to make an investment in yourself. Jerry's brought this product, this self-empowerment pack, and the Ask for Business as something to help you empower yourself, help you increase whatever it is that you have going on in your life and be able to do it better, to make more money doing it, to raise money, to raise interest, to raise your own personal value. And if you value BAI, then you should make a pledge. You should make a pledge that supports BAI, but also pledging for something like this, for information like this, it helps support you. It's an investment in yourself. So you're doing three things. You're supporting public radio, you're supporting this show, and you're making an investment in yourself. And all we're asking you to do is consider that. If you can't spend something that costs $40 or $100 or $2,500, we're offering something here, this empowerment pack, it goes for like $2,500. All he's asking for is $250. And this other one, the one that retails maybe for $40, well, that's really, when you really want to support the station, you get what you would have gotten if you just ordered it on Amazon. But you know what? At the same time, you're taking and making a gesture for yourself. So I ask you to ask yourself, what would you do if BAI were not here? In terms of movies, the question, hopefully I help you answer, is what should I see this weekend? That's what you're asking me. Well, I suggest if you're a comic book fan, and maybe even if you're not a comic book fan, you go see Deadpool 2.
We getting close. You all know the drill. Intercept the convoy. Watch out for Cable. Hit it! There's this kid. He's in trouble. Move or die.
Pump the hate brakes, Thanos. I ain't letting Cable get to him. But I can't do this alone. I need backup. We're gonna form a super duper group.
It's time to get back on LinkedIn.
Meet Bedlam. My name's Shatterstar.
Domino, I'm Lucky.
Luck isn't a superpower. And certainly not very cinematic.
Yes, it is.
Let's meet in the middle and say no, it isn't. It's showtime.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants. What suckers and fans.
Deadpool 2 is a sequel to the 2016 film Deadpool, which starred Ryan Reynolds. At the time, Deadpool surprised everybody by becoming actually the biggest X-Men movie of all time, making $783 million worldwide, and the most money-making R-rated comedy of all time, and it being about a character that most people had never even heard of. Deadpool, the original comic, was based on a comic that was self-aware. It knew it was a comic book, it knew you were reading it, and it talked to you and it broke the fourth wall. But it was only able to do that and really only able to make fun of the comic book tropes because there had been decades of comic books. Deadpool could not exist and wouldn't have the success it has if we didn't have 10 to a dozen years of comic book movies and become familiar with all those tropes, so something like Deadpool could come along and turn it all on its head. Now, of course, the freshness, if you've seen the first film, you know it was outrageous. Nobody expected it was an R-rated, comical action film, takes place in the Marvel Universe, but it was not like anything you've seen. This is a character that does things, plays with time, curses, tells off-color jokes, and it's not a kids or family-friendly movie in any way, shape, or form. Just everything about it was just balls-out fun. But Deadpool 2, it's a hard act to follow up Deadpool because the freshness is gone. What do? Well, what they did, in my opinion, is actually make it better. I think this Deadpool is in many ways better than the first Deadpool. Because what we have now is we have the character played by Ryan Reynolds and his girlfriend, Vanessa, played by Morena Baccarin. They have a really deep and surprising love story. The best thing about this movie is, and I'll just tell you the basic plot, he's got to stop a time-traveling mutant named Cable, played by Josh Brolin, from killing a young mutant named Russell, played by Julian Dennison. I don't need to really tell you much else because the fun of the movie and the fun of movies like this, if you've seen the trailer, if you heard it, you know some of the things, but it's always best not to know what's going to happen. And what I think is best about Deadpool is it does things that you've seen in other movies and then do what you've never seen. Or like I said, completely turn it on its head when that type of thing happens. It's really funny, really good. Highly recommend it. Second thing I want to talk about is not a movie, but it's something that's happening this weekend. And in line with what we're trying to do here on the station, it's about empowerment. I got a chance to speak with Lande Yusuf about an event that's happening this weekend. Lande, welcome to WBAI.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. For me.
So tell me a little bit about what you do. What is Black Film Space? How did this come about?
Well, my co-founder, Reggie Williams, and I, we found each other on social media, and then we met for like coffee one day, and we were like, oh, you know what? We should bring some of our Black filmmaker friends together. So I was like, okay, I'll bring 15 people. You bring 15 people. And then it turned into like happy hour. Like my friend had like a hookup at a venue, and then like 30 to 40 people showed up. And then they were like, when's the next one? And we were like, oh, okay, y'all want to really do this. Okay. So then after that, we had like screenwriting workshops. And then maybe about 6 months later, we decided to just establish this as an organization and call it Black Film Space. That was in the fall. That whole process was from the fall of 2015 into 2016. But yeah, so we do monthly events geared at Black filmmakers. Right now, you know, we're very much concentrated in the New York City area, but we are going to expand towards the latter part of this year and beyond. But our goal is to provide resources, connections, relationships, knowledge, you know, industry knowledge to Black filmmakers who many a times are vulnerable because we don't have as many resources as, say, other groups of people. So this organization is just a way for us to feel more established once we set foot in those arenas of filmmaking and entertainment in general, because it's a very competitive business and industry.
So tell me exactly what you're doing this weekend.
Okay, yes. So we are having 4 people come to our community of Black Film Space. One is a executive at MSNBC, so she's produced a lot of news documentary specials for her network. Her name is Rashida Jones. The next panelist is Jason Pollard. He's the son of a very well-known Black film editor. They both have worked on documentaries and fictional pieces. But the most recent project he did was the Black Panther documentary that premiered on PBS, the Vanguard of Revolution documentary, which was amazing. So that he's an expert with that. And then we have Shauna Ewing. She is a marketing and social media expert. She also does publicity. And a great segue, she did publicity for Strong Island. And the Strong Island director is our 4th panelist, Yonsei Ford. So we're just excited to have them all talk about what they've contributed in the documentary process, what they've learned, how they've marketed it, how they budgeted everything and produced it. We really want to go into details about all of those things. And we figured having like a well-rounded group of people who can talk about different areas of documentary creation can really help people walk away and feel like, okay, I'm equipped and ready to make my documentary. Because there are a lot of people who are requesting documentary events. We've focused on scripted for a while. So it was like, we should definitely do something along the lines of documentary soon, because there are a lot of people who want to make documentary projects. So we're very excited.
It sounds like a great event. Actually, I
Thank
may want to
you.
come down myself.
Yes, come.
I'm Mike Sargent, and I'm asking you not so much to make a pledge, but to make an investment in yourself. Until next time, I'll see you at the movies.
The choices we make, folks, are all too important. And as you know, we are in a full-on fund drive mode today, and it is my pleasure in that spirit to bring to you a unique and dynamic way for you to support commercial-free radio and also pave a path to bringing your very best self into every situation. The pledge line, folks, is 516-620-3602, and I am asking today for you to make a $250 pledge to support this station. And as a gesture of our appreciation, you will receive the Laura Fredricks Self-Empowerment Pack. Folks, that includes one signed copy of the brand new in a 6-book series, The Ask, by attorney turned philanthropic advisor and author of The Ask Approach to Business, Philanthropy, and to Life. And exclusive to the WBAI audience, we will be offering attendance to a limited seated dynamic workshop led by Laura Fredricks, designed to help you build the most fulfilling personal and professional life possible. In this 3-hour workshop, folks, you will learn simple 3-phase strategy that will have you up and running in no time, asking the right questions and increasing the likelihood of getting what it is that you want. The pledge line again, folks, is 516-620-3602. That gets you the Laura Fredricks Empowerment Pack, the book, and gets you in the door to the exclusive of the Ask workshop designed just for WBAI supporters. A $125 pledge gets you the signed book. But folks, I tell you, if you can stretch it, if you can make the pledge, it will be worth the time. It will be worth your effort. It is worth the money. Laura is a world-renowned fundraiser, consultant, educator, speaker, and she is the best-selling author of 5, now 6, books, including Money Wellness, Is Money Making You Sick, and Winning Words for Raising Money.
Jerry, I don't know what's going on up in the sky, but everyone around me, I shouldn't say everyone, but so many people around me are going through life transitions, myself included. And this is the perfect time for this material, The Ask, as people are reestablishing themselves in their new lives, as they're coming out of that whatever they just broke through and establishing themselves again with their regular footing. This is the kind of information people are going to need to get their businesses going. Now, this isn't for everyone, folks. This is certainly not for everyone. This is for people who are serious about taking that next step. If it isn't for you, step aside, step out of the way and let someone else have it. Let me remind you that you can be here at the Commons on June 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. with Laura Fredricks for a pledge of just $250. Now here, Jerry, is why I say this is for people who are serious. It is because this seminar normally would cost a person $2,500, but it's been donated to WBAI at the pledge level of just $250 or 10% of the regular price. And that money goes to WBAI. You're supporting yourself and you're supporting the station. 516-620-3602. Pick up the phone, make a pledge of support. Don't hesitate, folks. These tickets will run out. There are only 15 slots available. So be one of the people who is going to move forward. This woman is one of the top fundraising trainers in the country. Miss Fredericks is an elite professional and a professional to the elite. Think about that. 516-620-3602. Make a pledge of support now. Get on the phone. Be a part of the success of your favorite radio station. Be a part of your own success. If you want to get just the book, The Ask, you can get that at the pledge level of $125. The full title of the book is The Ask for Business, Philanthropy, and Everyday Living. It's available to you at the pledge level of just $125 to WBAI. 516-620-3602. Are you looking to make a change? Do you know how to ask the right questions? Do you know when to ask? Do you know when to stop asking? These items are all detailed in this book, and if you want to go further, in the workshop. But right now we're focused on the book. That's a pledge of $125. Pledge at that level and send that money to WBAI so that we can keep doing the work that we do here, the necessary work of calling out Washington, the necessary work of sharing material with our audience that will help them to grow so that we too can grow. In this way, we grow together. 516-620-3602. The world is changing, folks. More and more people are becoming entrepreneurs. The advent of the internet and the personal computer and the cell phone in every hand has changed the way we do business. And now is the time to revamp. Consider it for yourself. The Ask, a $125 pledge. The Ask for Business, Philanthropy, and Everyday Living. This is WBAI New York 90.7 FM, and you are supporting the greatest radio station in New York City. Make that phone call or visit give2wbai.org, but make sure that you do something to pledge. And don't forget that you can support this show by pledging at the $25 basic level or pledging at the $50 level, or you can become a WBAI buddy and support the morning show with Mr. O on a monthly basis. Decide to give $10 or $25 or even $100 a month to support the work that's done on this program and the work that's done on WBAI in general. Your pledge, when you become a WBAI buddy, comes off of your credit card each month. You won't even miss it. You become a buddy, and incrementally that money's taken out. You've done your part to support WBAI. It's a great way to give. But become a member, do something to support this program. And beyond that, there's some of you out there that can pledge at the $1,000 level, the $5,000 level, or maybe the $500 level, whichever it is. Step up, be an angel, give a big gift to this station, because these are thank you gifts we're giving you. The real gift is WBAI. Don't forget that, folks. 516-620-3602.
Some people can take a lifetime to figure out what they want. But the first step, and I'm going to put some organization, structure, and focus on this, know exactly what you want with numbers and dates. So you can't say, I want a better job. What is the job and when do you want it? Okay. Can't say, I want someone to do something more in this relationship. What exactly is it and when do you want it? And that's how you begin to put structure into just rapid thoughts that could disappear.
I'm a psychologist, and I'm a developmental psychologist. I work with children. It is easy to say that childhood experiences impact adult functioning, but what experiences? When did they happen? And just how do they impact? Mm-hmm. Right? So I think you're looking at a much more strategic.
Bingo.
Right?
Bingo. And
strategy, folks. This is, at the end of the day, to increase the likelihood that you will be able to know what you actually want.
Crystallized in concrete terms. It's one thing to visualize it. We all hear people visualize the visuals, and I like that too, but I always reverse this. What difference, Jerry, does it make if I give it to you May 15th, December 15th, March 15th? A lot. When you have a date, you are laser focused on getting exactly what you want. And this is the empowerment piece to this, because once you have crystallized what you want, with specific terms and a date, you are beginning to own your ask. And I believe in a lot of mantras. And the one thing that I have to say is people who are good askers own their ask.
We're going to go back to that. Own your ask. Folks, we are talking with Laura Fredricks, a JD, author of the 6-part series. The 6th series. How do we call it? It's a 6-part series, Laura?
It's the 6th book
there you
in
go.
the Ask series.
It's an Ask series which empowers, which gives people real deal advice and often instructions. It's like, yeah, follow these instructions to get the job done, to learn what it is we want and how to increase the likelihood that we will get it, to increase our effectiveness. Gosh, in so many areas of my life, I feel ineffective. What a great tool. Laura's going to conduct a workshop right here at the WBAI studios at the Commons Cafe. Laura, usually, and this is not to, puff anything up, Laura costs a lot of money. This is a professional woman, international, national. Everybody seems to want a piece of her. And this technology that she has been developing over her own lifetime and is bringing to you now at the WBAI audience. This book is recent in the series, just in 2017, but $250, folks, will get you a signed copy of the new book. It just dropped some months ago, and you will get a coveted seat in the workshop and brunch. I better get there. I better get pledging. You had better get pledging, folks. Come on, 516-620-3602. In the age of net neutrality, in the age of corporate giants feeding us what they want us to learn, what they want us to know, and keeping from us what they don't want us to know. What an amazing tool of empowerment. We're going to talk about this later on, too. Not only personally, but think about, as Laura continues to talk today, the potential for social change, for social movement. This is Laura's gift to the world. Among many others, this is a gift, folks. She's here this morning sharing it with us here on the WBAI Morning Show with Mista Oh, because everybody forks with Mista Oh, and I do too. And we love you, New York, and we want to share with you the best that this city has to offer. We cannot do it without you. We cannot do it without you. Get me off of this microphone. Let's see those phone lines ring, folks. 516-620-3602. The Ask with Laura Fredricks. What are we going to learn in the workshop, Laura?
You are going to learn, first of all, what is the Ask? Who does it help? How can it help you? So I just like to begin like, what is it? It gives you the empowerment to have the biggest sense of self-worth. It's your life's manual. It's not a book. It's not something you just read. It's something that you are going to live.
This can change your life.
It's a game changer. Not just yours, but then you're going to see other people. And they're going to start reacting differently to you. And they're reacting differently because you have something. You have a piece of self-worth. No one can give it to you. You give it to yourself when you ask.
But what makes the difference? There's only self-help, and there's a 12-step and 8-step and 4 of this, and all sorts of children of this and children of that. Tell me the Passover question, the answer to what makes this day different than other days?
This day, or I should say it every day.
So first off, this makes every day different. This is a game changer too.
Every day. Literally, let's think about it. Before you wake up, you probably have done 150 asks in your head and you don't even think about it.
Wait, let's back up. Before you wake up, the mind is like a chattering monkey, isn't it?
It's going on and on and on, and you're dreaming, you're thinking about things in the past, what you have to do, what's on schedule, what's not. Do I have a vacation? Are the kids all right? Am I going to be late? Is the subway? You're going on and on and on, and all this is rattling off in your head.
Worry. It's the worry.
It's worry.
The vicious cycle
so
of worry.
So the game changer is when you put a structure to something that is probably draining you. You burst out of it and you feel the best because we're dealing with it, right? All I got to do is say, okay, what do I need to do today? I need to do this. Who do I need to ask? Who can help me? How do I ask? And this book,
516-620-3602. Get on the phone now. The book is available to you for the pledge level of $125 to WBAI. Pick up your phone, folks. Be a part of this great radio station and support the morning show with Mr. O. 516-620-3602. Remember, if you want to break that down into 3 installment payments on a credit card only, you can do that. You can also get the book by visiting give2wbai.org, but make that pledge of support. There's only one radio station like this. Mr. O brings in a variety of topics on this program every week. We look at what's happening in the city. We look at what's happening in the state. We look at what's happening in the drug culture. We look at what's happening in the music culture in New York. It's a broad program, but it's here because of you and your support of WBAI for over 50 years. For 60 almost years, you've been supporting this radio station. We're asking that you continue to do this. The book is called The Ask. It's by an attorney turned philanthropic advisor, and she did this because the law firm noticed that she was the most effective person in asking questions. They asked her to refine that process, and it became a 20-year career of teaching people how to ask for what they want. This woman teaches people to be successful. 516-620-3602. We are, of course, talking about an educator, a consultant. Laura Fredricks is a world-famous author. This is a unique opportunity. What opportunity am I talking about? Well, for just 15 of you listening right now, you're going to have the opportunity to meet with Laura Fredricks, the world-renowned, in the Commons, right downstairs here from WBAI, on June 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. There are only 15 slots available. But for a 3-hour workshop, which is valued at $2,500, Laura Fredricks is a world-renowned fundraiser and a world-renowned trainer. You want to be in this room. It's limited to just 15 people. Get your credit card out now and pledge your support. 516-620-3602. That's the phone number to call, or visit give2wbai.org if you want just the book. However, if you're going to be here, if you're planning to be in the Commons on June 25th at 6 p.m., pick up your phone right now. A $250 pledge of support. That's all it takes. Now, mind you, this seminar is valued at $2,500. Top executives pay to have FaceTime with Laura Fredricks. Top business people pay to have FaceTime with Laura Fredricks. You are going to get in that room for 10% of the normal cost of being in one of her seminars. And 100% of that money goes to WBAI. 516-620-3602. Pledge your support of the solution for WBAI. Be a part of moving this great station forward and supporting the morning show with Mr. O at the same time. 516-620-3602. If you're thinking about it, don't think too long. These seats will go away. They are very limited. Only 15 people can be in that room. And at the pledge level of $250, you're getting quite a bargain. 516-620-3602. Pick up the phone. Make that pledge. Let us know that you care. Let us know that the news and analysis you hear on this station matters. As President Carrot Juice continues to make the world a crazy place, there is a singular voice in New York who will call him out with a precise analysis, with no punches pulled. 516-620-3602. Make that pledge of support right now, or visit give2wbai.org. And we understand that it is this voice that is the people's voice for New York City. 516-620-3602. A $125 pledge of support gets you the book, The Ask. If you want to be in the room, however, with author Laura Fredricks, it's a pledge of just $250 of support to WBAI. 516-620-3602. Or visit give2wbai.org to pick up the book. If you want to be here in the Commons on June 25th, you're going to have to call us at 516-620-3602. Make that pledge on a credit card because, again, this is a ticketed item. We need to hear from you right now, folks. Call us at 516-620-3602. Make that pledge right now. Keep WBAI on the airwaves, alive and thriving. Jerry, back to you.
The choices we make, folks, are all too important. And as you know, we are in full-on fund drive mode today, and it is my pleasure in that spirit to bring to you a unique and dynamic way for you to support commercial-free radio and also pave a path to bringing your very best self into every situation. The pledge line, folks, is 516-620-3602, and I am asking today for you to make a $250 pledge to support this station. And as a gesture of our appreciation, you will receive the Laura Fredricks Self-Empowerment Pack. Folks, that includes one signed copy of the brand new in a 6-book series, The App, and exclusive to the WBAI audience, we will be offering attendance to a limited seated dynamic workshop led by Laura Fredricks, designed to help you build the most fulfilling personal and professional life possible. In this 3-hour workshop, folks, you will learn Laura Fredricks' simple 3-phase strategy that will have you up and running in no time, asking the right questions and increasing the likelihood of getting what it is that you want. The pledge line again, folks, is 516-620-3602. That gets you the Laura Fredricks Empowerment Pack, the book, and gets you in the door to the exclusive of the Ask workshop designed just for WBAI supporters. A $125 pledge gets you the signed book. But folks, I tell you, if you can stretch it, if you can make the pledge, it will be worth the time. It will be worth your effort. It is worth the money. Laura is a world-renowned fundraiser, consultant, educator, speaker, and she is the best-selling author of 5, now 6, books, including Money Wellness, Is Money Making You Sick, and Winning Words for Raising Money. Get to the phones, folks, 516-620-3602. The book has been described as the hands-on guide to getting the life you've always wanted, whether it be stronger relationships, a better job, or simply more personal confidence to get what you deserve. Develop the courage, find the inspiration. Boy, I could use some of that. Use straightforward know-how to simply ask for it. Sounds easy. Sounds almost too good to be true. What isn't too good to be true is the support that we need from you. The number is 516-620-3602. The pledge amount this morning that we're asking is $250. In appreciation for your support, you will receive a premium that includes Laura Fredricks' new book, The Ask, and also a 3-hour workshop. You know, I looked up to see how much Laura Fredricks would charge me for a workshop. Folks, you would be shocked. Not that she's not worth it, but I'm talking about thousands. 516-620-3602. What a wonderful, wonderful gift Laura has brought to us today. Let's show our support to this. We are asking today that you step up and pledge $250. The number is 516-620-3602.